have 3 videos on YouTube that talks about the kind of stocks that has potential and stuff. But Nigeria now one kind of place like this, and I'll be very honest with you and my sister, right? Any stock you buy in Nigeria right now, you make money. Sorry, scratch that. Any solid stock you buy in Nigeria right now, you make money. By solid stock, I mean known brands. So Dangote, MTN, Airtel, UBA, First Bank, Stanbic, like any known brand, that's what they call them, solid stocks. Like in the US, now, like all these Google, Apple, Microsoft, Johnson, all those kind of solid stocks. So don't they over the years, you make money from them. And the reason is that Nigeria has always been a developing country, so it would keep growing. It would only keep growing. And the stocks are really, really low price right now. They are low price, especially if you earn for foreign currency. They're not low price as a Nigerian living in Nigeria earning minimum wage. They're not low price, but they're low price for us. We get access to like FX. Because one Tesla stock now $300. One Microsoft stock now 100 and something. One Apple stock now 200 and something. One any stock now it costs that. Google stock now like 700. Okay, 300 or something actually. I think you get one stock S&P 500 like 600 or something. One 500 and 700. It costs that. But that's also one stock. But with that $700, if you buy 5,000 shares for Dangote, like it's incredible. It's the best. Like so. That's the first part of the thing to understand. Any stock we buy, even no matter how price it is, that's one. Second thing is, before it jumps out of my head, is to understand the country where we dey. So, if you buy bank stocks, don't they go up right now? But it's still a good time to buy into it. The reason is that the federal government has mandated them to do this like capital injection and stuff, which means that the banks will grow in the next 5 years. They will grow even more. So if you buy bank stocks now, for sure in the next 5 years they're going to go higher. But if you had bought it, like I want to buy First Bank like 3 years ago, maybe 21 Naira, now 23 Naira, even grow, like that's not a lot. Like how can First Bank, since they do First Bank, still be 21 Naira? It doesn't even make any stupid sense. But for now, in the next 5 years, it might grow to maybe 40 something instead of 28 or 29 or 30. It will grow more than they grow normally. But to still see First Bank stock shares for 20, it's incredible. Because think about it, First Bank has been here since they gave birth to us, since before they gave birth to us, and it stayed with something. That means they for 1 Naira before, to like kobo, So that's two. Three is, or these two summarizes the fact that Nigerian stock market grows in line with the government policies of the day. So now with government, they say they won't do insurance, clinical, they promote health insurance, they promote property insurance, they promote make cars get insurance, they say make landlord get insurance. So insurance stocks will go up. But insurance stock will go up and insurance will get ties to the government. We say like, at the end of the day, I own a lot of like maybe 2 banks, I own all this e-transact or remitter, all that kind of thing. So anything like that way government policy be pushed to us, and the government person with the government their hand inside, those stocks will definitely go up. Owando rose by more than 100% when Tinubu first entered. Like if you had 1 million Naira Owando stocks at the end of 2023, so at the end of 2024, like 2 years ago, you have almost like 6 million. That's how much it went up. But now it don't crash again. Anyways, and then so now insurance is going up, but you have to find government kind insurance thing where the government, you say government they get suggestions, which is terrible, because in the US, if a government partners with a company and it's in the stock market, they call them insider trading because they're making that price go up, but Nigeria will not get that kind of regulations. And then energy stocks, oh my God, I can never get started on it. First is the internet is booming with the whole content creation stuff. Everybody is getting more addicted to being online. So lights, like energy stocks, Guru Power, Seplat has now gone to 10,000 plus. Is the highest Nigerian stock ever, 10,000 per share. Even me, I compete to my friend 2 weeks ago to say, just I go buy Seplat. Like, it don't too cost to, just I go still go up. The guy say he can only 10,000 is a lot. Like there's no Nigerian store that's 10,000 Naira except Seplat, and just happened like a week or 2 weeks ago. So I'm still skeptical on that one. My friend insists that it will still grow. But yes, but energy stocks will go up because people want power. But I'm also worried about like because Nigeria. So usually water used to be our problem in Nigeria because water board was not giving us water. People started drilling boreholes. Now nobody cares about the government water anymore. We have our own individual boreholes. I'm thinking that at some point Nigeria will get to a point where we all have our solar, so no good think about the power anymore. But that's individual home consumption. Industries, factories, companies go still need electricity. Maybe it might be a good thing. But 10,000 I feel like is a lot. There's Transcorp Power, which is still like 300 and something naira. There's Guru Power, which is still like 1,000 or 2,000 something. For me, I rather bank on those ones rather than Guru. Guru don't already grow. We don't go far. Because think about it. If Guru has gone to 10,000, it means Transcorp Power, Guru Power will also go to 10,000. So if you buy them now that are low, you're in a good spot. Of course, with light comes internet. So if you buy MTN stock, when I bought MTN stock, it was like 200 or something. Now it's 700 or something. Airtel was... When I refused to buy Airtel till today, Airtel was 1,000 something, and Airtel is 2,000 or 3,000 something. So it means if you buy it, it go up. So even if I buy Airtel now, which is already a high point, I'm praying that it goes down, will never go down ever. I'm hoping to get Airtel when it goes back to like 1,000 something. I go buy them, then it will still go up. But that's because people internet will always be a thing. In fact, internet might almost be a thing more than power. But MTN has a weird way of reporting this thing. Even though they're making massive profit, the shares no they ever go up like that. Like I don't even know how to explain them. Again, Nigeria they're weird. But the stocks that I made money from most are like banks. I bought my bank when it was really low, it's high. I bought Stanbic when it was really low, it's high. All the kind of things. But when I started investing, I was doing it. I did by luck, buy random stocks and hope that it grows. But now I'm a little bit more systemic, just like I explained to you. I'm following what the government policies is saying. So I'm buying energy stocks, I'm buying bank stocks, I'm buying insurance stocks. And by that, I'll put more money on them than I'll spread all across. That makes more sense. If you buy all these, like MTN, Transcorp, Lafarge, Dangote Cement, they also have dividends. I'm sure you know what dividends are. They're not a lot. Dividends will be like 1 naira for 50 kobo per share. So if you have like a $200,000, $200,000 naira on any of these stocks, your dividend will be like maybe 6k, maybe 5k, maybe 700 naira. It's not a lot, but if they all come in, when they come in, it will be something. But if you have 2 million, 3 million on this stock, then your dividends will now be 5,000, 30,000, 50k, 100k. It will be more meaningful depending on how much you're putting inside, because it will just be 50 kobo times 1 million, 50 kobo times 2 million, instead of 50 kobo times 200, 50 kobo times 300. Yeah, that's how I will explain it. And I think I have, again, like I mentioned before, I probably have 3 videos on on YouTube that kinds of talks about this at different points. But I feel like this is the summary of it all. So yeah, I cannot even say more about that. I may even find a way to make this video, turn this voice into like a video thing, and I put it out there too as well. You would feel like these are not like public opinions that I'll give out in public. But yeah, all right. Thank you, boss. Let me know if you have any other questions. But yes, I use Bamboo. I think to finish it up, and it will not be fair if I don't say this, would be, and thank God I remembered. Thank you, Jesus. Would be the balance. So because the stock market is also not, we cannot really predict it. Of course, it will grow eventually. It goes up and down, but over time it goes up. So you would almost never lose any money in the stock market on solid stocks if you don't sell. So you can buy MTN today at 700, then tomorrow it goes back to 500. But if you don't sell it, it will come back to that 700 and even 1,000 and you go up again. But if you sell it, then you lose. So the aim is to, anything you put inside stock, may not say to touch on the next 10 years. Like you're not going to withdraw it. Like think about it as your actual savings. Like, and in Nigeria, our savings is like to do savings. Then when we get sub, you withdraw the savings, then go sub the brigade, then start to save again. But stock, you don't do that with stocks. Any money put for stocks, now disposable income, like money we could tuck away for the next 10 years. And 10 years is a long time because, and I say this to all of my friends and to myself and to my family, I could die today. I could never see tomorrow. I could never see the next minute. So if I say I'm taking money away for 10 years, I'm not saying this like I have some kind of guarantee over life. No, but that's the way to think about stocks. Because if you look at charts in stock, it goes up, it goes down, it goes up, it goes down. But over time, if you look at it over time, for the past 5 years on, it goes up. Even though with the up and down, eventually it goes up. So that's how I think about those things. And the final one, oh my god, this is long. The final one is, so I also balance it out with like treasury bills and like government bonds, and that's what they call on Bamboo is called Naira savings. There's also T-bills on this thing, but T-bills is even better. T-bills is like maybe 25% return on investment, which means that if you tuck away a million naira, you have 25% of that million naira in 1 year is guaranteed, right? So as stocks are going up and down in a year or in 2 months or in 3 months, you know that this other 1 million that you have every year is going to return 25% on T-bills. That's a guarantee. That just gives you some kind of stability in your head. Naira savings on Bamboo is like 18% as well. So if you put a million naira, you have 18% of it, right? So that will be maybe 180k. The other one will be 250k or something like that. So, and that's again for me to have guaranteed returns while I'm gambling on stock is helpful for me. Even though for some reason you probably make more money on the stock because it goes up really well, it does well, but the fact that I'm not even touching it, I'm not going to take it out or something. So whether I make money or not does not really matter to me short term. So short term, I would deal on T-bills and Naira savings to ensure that I'm getting my returns on whatever I've saved. I'll not call that investment, I'll call them what I've saved on those platforms. RiseVerse also has the same thing, Naira Vault. It's called Naira Vault. So if you put below 1 million, it's like 18%. If you put above 1 million to 4.999, it's like 22%. If you put 5 million and above, it's 25%. That's the sweet spot to be in, but it's sometimes very hard to have 5 million in bulk to put into the tax 25%, but that's like the sweet spot to be in. And you know what that means. So every month, and NairaVerse pays out the interest every month. So every month, if you put 5M, you have 25% of like 25% divided by 12. So that would be like maybe 100 and something K, 100 and something every month from RiseVerse. And the way I think about that is just like me paying myself salary. So that 5 million is like a business that I've opened. I've set up a 5 million naira business, which is equivalent to like a cafe or a small fast food place in the university campus. But this way I don't have to deal with staff or logistics, it's minimal returns, because if you did an actual business, you probably make more returns, but that more returns means more efforts, like more human efforts, more oversights, more supervision, more accounting, more balancing. You go to run, go buy the goods, then make them, then sell them. Of course, so it accounts for the kind of amount of effort you put in. But to have your money in the Naira Vault and you do nothing, basically nothing, and it gives you 100 and something K every single month. I consider myself a business owner at 5 million. So if you double that 5 million, say you have 10 million, now you have 200 and something K every month. Say you have 15 million, you're kissing 300K, I guess. If you have 20 million, you're kissing 400K. And that's how it goes. If you have 25 million, don't they go 500K like that every single month? So, and that's what it is. You of course can also take that 25 million and do you can build a roofing sheets manufacturing company or something somewhere. You will make more money, of course, but not without the efforts. So I do those to balance it out. So, but the thing about the US stock exchange market, it will teach you patience, because stocks are, like I said by saying, one stock is like $200, $300. It's a lot of money. So, and thank God you can buy fractional shares. You can buy 0.00000029 of Apple stock for $50, and then when the dividends come, it also comes at 0.00000 cents, which is almost nothing. But over time, you build up to buy one share, and then you buy 2 shares, and then you go up like that. But in the Nigerian stock exchange market, you have more success because the share price points are still very low. But of course, it also comes with like inflation and whatever. Why the US will keep your dollar value at the dollar value over time, and it's not like the US doesn't have devaluation as well, or due to, of course, in the world now, but it's not as bad as we have it for the Naira. So for the US, you can look at maybe 3% inflation or something like that. But it's almost nothing for us because we come out of Naira, will still be huge. And in Nigeria, we have almost like a 30% inflation rate. It's insane. So even if you make profits, the inflation can just wipe it out. And your money doesn't really make money, but it doesn't really lose value. But you think you make money, but you don't make money. That's a different conversation. But this is the whole summary, and I'm hoping that this helps you. I'm sorry it took so long. Simple answer is right now bamboo, but I'm going to move from bamboo very soon. The thing is, once I put the money in bamboo, if I put 1 million in bamboo today, in 1 year, then they'll give me the 1.2, which is the 20%, right? If I put the same 1 million on bamboo Naira vault, they'll give me 180k today, which means I can use the 180k right now to adjust for inflation, so that at the end of 1 year, the 1 million, of course, will be like 900k in terms of value. So I'm gonna use the 180k now. We go balance the value later. I don't know how to explain that to you, but I'm hoping that you get it. But I want to take it out from bamboo and put it to rice vest, because rice vest is at 25%. You discover that 5%, 4% are huge impact, especially in 1 year. But the good thing about bamboo and rice vest is they'll pay out the interest every single month. So that's like pay myself a salary every single month while I'm doing stocks, because stocks, I need to come out them. Stocks on a long term, I need to think about them. But treasury bills, Naira vaults, Naira savings, whatever, and that's money I want to use right now to manage my life to go, if that makes sense. But I also hear that you cannot take it out for one year as well. You cannot take out the capital for 1 year for both bamboo and rice vest. But I hear that on cowrie wise, if you buy some mutual funds, which is also the same 19%, 20% and stuff, you can access your capital at any time, which means that you can take it out when like you have an emergency or something, which is not the way I would approach anything, because if you put the money there, you should just have the discipline to leave it there for the 1 year or 2 years or whatever years. You should find a way to keep another money for emergencies, which is easier to say than it is to do. But that's the overall goal eventually. Sorry that it take long to explain. I have to kind of explain it so that it makes sense to me as I'm explaining to you about, so I don't misguide you or mislead you. All right.